What's going on? Welcome back to the vlog, live from Lincoln's room.
I like that. I wonder how many vlogs will start like that.
I don't know, probably more when he's born.
Probably.
But we've been doing a lot of baby stuff recently, obviously, well, because, I mean, you know, obvious. But we wanted to talk about, so one of our sort of values and sort of goals in life is the idea of minimalism. And one might go, well, how are you gonna be minimalist with a kid, with a baby, with all the stuff that they need? My gosh, it's impossible. It's impossible.
Or you might say impossible.
You might. Okay, anyway.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna talk about that real quick today. And so, you gotta have a lot of clothes. You gotta have a lot of things, right? So,
stuff and things.
There's, yeah. Yes. Now, there's a difference between having things just in case, which I'm not a huge fan of, versus having things for when. So for example, we have a lot of clothes for Lincoln for when he's big enough to fit in them.
Indeed.
So it's really, having too many things just in case, that's when you start, that's for me at least, personally, that's when I start to get overwhelmed when I've got 3 pairs of jeans just in case one rips. Like, that's the trap that we can fall into, is having too many things if we have too many just in case items. So we were talking about our son. We just got a lot of stuff from the baby shower, obviously, and a lot of it is for when. And there's some of it that's, calm down, Alexa. Sometimes we have some things that we're probably never going to use, if we're honest.
Probably.
So what we'll do is we'll obviously donate them eventually if we don't use them, and someone else might be able to find value from it.
Indeed.
And the one thing that I struggle with is we're planning on having multiple kids.
Yes.
So certain things you might keep for the next child. The crib, certain things. But I don't want to get too bogged down in keeping everything just in case. I don't know, that's one of the tricky parts for me.
Yes, it is a challenge. It's a
like
challenge.
Clothes. I mean, it's not like it takes up a lot of space. I guess what I'm trying to get at is we're still planning on being minimalist with, and minimalism doesn't mean you have nothing or you live with the smallest amount of things possible. It's basically just living with less, and all the things that you own are valuable to you. They bring some sort of value or joy to your life, and if you have items that don't, then get rid of them. Just if you're, and this is just all the caveat, if you're feeling the need to. So for me personally, if my physical space is cluttered, it makes me anxious. And so, for example, if I open up a closet and you can't see anything because it's so stuffed with stuff, then,
like how our closet was before we, like that.
Yeah, and so it makes me anxious. I like to know everything that I like to have inventory of everything that I own, where it all is, so that way if a thing breaks, I know, oh, I can need a new thing. Or it's the idea of decluttering your physical space so that my mind space can be also decluttered.
Yeah, it feels good. It was definitely really good. When was it? I think Monday we finally went through the stuff that we got from the shower, and categorized it, and I think realized that probably a lot of it we're, really gonna use. Oh yeah, we got a lot of we registered for most of it, and it's just really keeping tabs with, if something's not bringing us value, we need to do something with it. For example, we got 2 sets of the spoons that he has. Oh, we did?
Yeah, it's this pack of 5. He doesn't need 10 spoons.
Probably not.
He doesn't need 10 spoons. So we're gonna donate or get rid of one of the sets of spoons. It doesn't make sense to have 10 spoons. It makes sense to have 5 onesies for the 0 to 3 because he's gonna poop through them when he wears his poop suit.
Yes.
It makes sense to have a bunch of birth brags. It makes sense to have a bunch of bibs. It makes sense to have more than one pacifier. But at the same time, when an item that he has isn't bringing us value or him value, or he's not using it, it's just sitting around, we'll figure out a way, someone else who can use it. That way we don't just accumulate a lifetime worth of stuff and it just goes in his closet and then there you go, right? So I've got 4 totes of stuff in my attic right now from childhood stuff that was just stuff that I need to get rid of eventually. It's out of sight, out of mind. But none of that brings me value. It would be very easy for me to just take the whole tote and throw it away because it obviously isn't bringing me any value.
Right.
So I guess the point is, you know, not having too many things while also having everything that we need for Lincoln. And if we get something and we realize, oh, we didn't need that,
it's a balance. Find
somebody else that could use it. We live in a small enough community that we're like, hey, like when we got rid of our bed in here in the guest room, we were like, hey, we got an extra bed. Does anybody want it? And somebody come and took it like the next day, and you know, someone needed the bed. So that's kind of how our community works. So hey, does anybody? We've got like 15 bibs, and we're only using like 5 of them. Does anybody need some bibs? Yep. And so that's kind of our goal for being minimalist is having what we need and not more than that, and having some just for when items, but trying to stay away from the just in case items, because that's where you can really get into trouble. Yeah. Personally, I think.
Yeah, I think you said a lot of good things, and I would agree with those points. And I would just add that, yes, I think the biggest thing for me is I have a really hard time especially when things are given as gifts, to like, you know, realize when's a good time that someone else will get some use out of it, and you know, thinking it more in that way.
Right.
Being very appreciative. And speaking of these gifts, I gotta get some thank you notes. I got a lot of thank you notes to write, but it'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I know that's always appreciated when people do those.
Sure, and we'll get on that for sure. One real other quick thing is we got the glider today. Ba-boom! It's kind of dark in here.
Should I model it?
Yeah, go ahead. Here's our...
I'll pretend like this strap is Lincoln.
Okay, this is our chair. We're gonna reach Lincoln in.
Oh.
Yep. Tristan makes weird noises every time she gets in it. Okay, you're not gonna say anything? You're just gonna sit there awkwardly?
Oh, this is very comfortable, and as you can see, what I really like about it is a little ottoman glides as well, so you can glide your whole body. Yes.
So that's, whoa, that was weird. Okay, so just a short vlog today. I guess it's 7 minutes, not that short. Just wanted to tell you, we haven't really spoke about minimalism in a while, and felt necessary and it felt appropriate because we just finished, you know, the baby room is done, and we went through all of our stuff that we got, and Lincoln's gonna be getting more stuff throughout the years, and just sort of our game plan. One quick other thing is the strategy that we use to help us like not get cluttered is the one-to-one strategy, which is if you buy something new or get something new, you get rid of something else. It doesn't have to be, I got a new shirt, so I have to get rid of a shirt. It could literally be anything. Anytime you bring a new item into the house, you have to get rid of an old item. It could be the same exact item that's a lesser quality, or it could be a completely other random item, but that keeps you owning the same amount of items. Because I don't know, there's a lot of people that own a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. Yes.
I need some help getting out of here.
All right, that's where you live now. Good night. All right.
I should fall asleep right here.
Probably could. Thanks so much. Nailed it. Thank you so much for watching. Find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.